Well, I dug 8 privies and I only found that one good hole with all those sodas. The rest of the holes were either empty or just had 1 or 2 common bottles in them. So right now is another day and I'm starting on this grocery store. See that one that says grow on it? That's a tiny little neighborhood grocery store. And those 4 black boxes in the back are where I just dug some privies. And they were very disappointing. I thought for sure I'd find some sodas and milks behind a grocery store, but just 1 or 2 broken sodas is all. And while walking on the lot near it, I finally found a piece of what is the first Cheerwine bottle with the cherries on the neck. I've always wondered what they looked like, and now I finally know. That is about a $1,000 bottle in perfect condition. So hopefully I'll find one hole someday. Well, that's the lot I'm digging on. That's where the grocery store used to be. Well, there it is, 6.5 feet deep and very little in there. A broken orange crush. It has a Route 1924 mark on the base, and it is from Spencer. Then just a plain mason jar with not even any embossing on it. A little cork top cobalt bottle worth $2 if I'm lucky. And a $1 extract flask. And I did at least $100 worth of labor to get this stuff. Then I found these other 2 holes. This one was quite a bit smaller and it had basically nothing but a couple shards. This hole was almost a normal size one, but nothing worth talking about came out of that one. So I guess I'm going to go eat lunch and start a new project. Well, I just dug a hole that had 64 bottles in it over there, but it was all screw tops. 60 of them were wine bottles and 4 were mustard or ketchups or something similar to that. Then the hole behind it is very sparse, but at least it had a milk bottle in it. It's got a painted label on it, but it's pretty well ruined and I can't quite read it. Well, it's another day. I couldn't show you what I found last night because it got too dark and the hole was full of mud. But I found a hole that was from the 20s. Everything was 1920 to 1929. And there was about 14 sodas in the hole. There's a Chiro Cola, but unfortunately it has a bunch of dings and cracks. There's a number of the mint colas in there too. This one seems to have a little bit of damage, but it's from Salisbury. There's another mint cola. For some reason this one's from Asheville. And this would have definitely been the best bottle if it wasn't for that big crack and that bruise, but still, that's a pretty nice bottle right there. Here's just some of the common stuff that came out of the hole. There must have been 60 bottles at least. I'll have to show you the rest later. Alright, I dug 8 privies yesterday and now I'm totally exhausted and I almost had to just go home, but I figured I'd try and dig at least half a day again, and here's another hole. It's starting to produce some mid-20s bottles. Here's the first pretty good bottle to come out of the holes, and it's a mint cola from Salisbury. It looks to be in good condition. It's an early 20s bottle. Probably worth about $40. Well, finally, after 7 unembossed milk bottles, I found a nice slug-plated one. And I thought, Woodbridge, I've never heard of that town, but it's an NJ, not an NC. A New Jersey milk bottle in North Carolina. It's a good looking bottle, but I don't think it's worth very much if it's from New Jersey. Well, I'm down 5 feet now and it's not getting any older. All I found was this machine-made 1924 era unembossed medicine way down at the bottom. But here's one I've never seen. I mean, I've seen the 8-ounce ones, but this is about a 1-ounce sample size. I was hoping to get some of the really rare Pepsis down here, but it's not looking like it's gonna go quite old enough. Well, it looks kind of like a grave. I kind of feel like laying down and dying because I'm so tired. Well, here's the first one out in the woods. It's kind of hot today, but at least it's a nice shady spot, so hopefully it won't be another 1940s hole like I find so many of. I'm starting to hit the glass layer and I see a classic soda bottle here. It's the knee-high. It's embossed at least. But it's just a Columbus, Georgia, which is about 94% of the time. But at least it's going into the late 30s, I think, so as long as they got sodas at that age, it's worth digging. Well, I just found a milk. It's ACL or pyro glazed, and it's, of course, the paint's going to be ruined, but at least there's the potential of embossed ones coming out another foot deeper. Alright, I found another one of these Daniel Boone with the embossed neck, but I'm sure that paint's not going to stay on for long. Then we found yet another one of these double strength sugar beverages. I think I got enough of those for a while. Then we got a Caravan. At least we're finding a lot of sodas, that's good. Then we found this handled jug with the cork top. I thought for sure it would be a White House, but it doesn't say anything on it. Alright, I see another soda sticking out. Probably another one of those Caravans. Nope, it's a Daniel Boone. Gotta try and be careful so I don't scratch the paint on it. Paint is very weak after it's been soaking in the watery dirt around here. But it's probably going to be ruined no matter what I do. At least it'll always have its nice neck embossing. Okay, I just popped out this 12-ounce Pepsi. I guess I should have filmed it because I don't see a lot of these. I mean, I don't dig a lot of them. Other people seem to find them more than I do. But the clear one, it's got the LGW mark, but no city listed on it. But usually they're the Coke bottle green color. So the clear one's probably more rare. So I could probably get $20 for that one. And I went a little bit deeper and found a broken mint cola. And that has a 1920 date mark on it. So hopefully we're getting down to some good old stuff. I guess they weren't expecting anybody to want to dig here again. I've been struggling with this giant piece of metal for half an hour. I'll get it out soon though. Well, there's a broken soda. Let's see what it is. Doesn't seem to be anything. There's nothing embossed on it. It's a thin bottle like a Pepsi straight sides would be, but if that's what it is, it would be embossed up there. Well, I'm almost 6 feet down and I haven't been finding any glass, but I'm just scraping across a piece now, so hopefully I'll be down into the 1920 or older layer now. Well, and there's a surprise for later. I'm not going to get that out until it's time to fill the hole in. Well, I'm 7 feet down now. And I'm not finding any sodas down here. I'm just finding food product jars. And it's still not at the bottom, but I'm going to have to give it up and just cave in the walls and hope to find a few decent bottles that way. I should have quit at 4 feet because I didn't find anything when I caved it in. All the bottles seem to be at the 2-foot level. So I'll find something in a minute. Well, there's that one I was saving. The paint seems pretty good, but who knows if it'll last. Oh, the top's broken. Oh well, better look next time. Well, something with embossing is showing up. Franz. Not familiar with that one. Alright, there's one of the food jars I found way down at the bottom. That's kind of interesting. I might be able to get a couple dollars for that. Then I got the RC with the pyramids. The paint is going to be ruined, but this embossing on the neck will stay forever. That'll be worth a few dollars. A square ball mason. Normally I would throw that away, but I might just bring it home. There's the round variety. Unfortunately, I chipped it up pretty bad. A lantern globe. Too bad there's no railroad name on it. I got an instant collection of mint cola bottles. There's actually 4 different varieties of the Salisbury. See the eye, that dot above it? It's really small on this one. And the way the 6.5 ounce is written on it. And the MC1 on the bottom. Here's the second variety. It's got a paler color to it first of all. And the dot on the eye is much bigger. The type style of the embossing is just thicker altogether. And the 6.5 ounce mark is definitely different. Here's another one that's sort of a teal color, or dark aqua at the very least. It's too bad about the damage though. This is the 4th variety. It's kind of a different shape. It's a little bit stubbier, and the way the shoulders slope is different. And instead of having Salisbury on the edge, it's on the bottom, not at the base, not at the heel actually, right there like the other 3 had. You can barely see the word Salisbury because there's a machine-made line going right through it, and it's very faint. You can see the NC. Here's another one from Albemarle. It's pretty badly damaged though. And then another one, this one's from Asheville. And I got a Caravan. It's a pretty common bottle. But this one says Salisbury on the bottom. I don't know, is that rare or not? I'm thinking the earlier ones say Salisbury and the rest are more generic with nothing embossed on the base, but I don't really know. Here's a Rowan Dairy. You can see the ghost image if you look closely. And on the back you can see the image of a baby marching. And underneath it, it says buy war bonds. You probably can't quite see it though. It says good morning to health. And then buy war bonds at the bottom. Probably would have been worth a couple $100 since it's a nice World War II milk, but in this shape I'll be lucky to get $5. And this one's from Mount Eula. See, there's a capital H ALLS. It's Hall's Dairy. There's the MT, the ULLA. I don't know how rare that one would have been, but sounds like a rare one. Then a McCormick jar. It's not very exciting to look at, but I've never seen one like it before. Probably pretty rare if I've never seen one in all these years of digging. And then another McCormick jar. A different style though. This one's much shorter. So I have no idea if these are worth anything, but I'm going to put them on eBay as a pair and see what happens. The four most valuable bottles were severely damaged, or actually just small pieces. I mean, this is a Spencer blown in a mold Pepsi. That would have been worth about $1,000, I think. And here is the Spencer Train bottle. It would have been really nice. It has very little wear on it. Nice sharp embossing. That's worth at least $120 intact. Then of course we got the center slug plated broken Pepsi I showed you earlier, and then the 3 cherries on the neck of that cheer wine. So that's 4 extremely good sodas that are just shards basically. Well, that's about it for now. 2 weeks of digging, and it wasn't quite as good as it should have been, but that's just the way it is sometimes.